Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, last week the United States Lumber Coalition submitted petitions to the U.S. Department of Commerce to request an investigation into Canada's softwood lumber. This means that our province's forest industry can expect higher duties on wood products exported to the United States. Because the United States is a key market for our forest products, this will have great impacts on Alberta's forest industry and the communities it sustains, including many communities in my constituency of West Yellowhead.
Thank you, honourable member. There are questions.
Yeah, he's right here.
Minister of Agriculture and Forestry.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thanks to the member for the question. Forestry is the backbone of the economy in 70 communities, supporting 20,000 Albertans. It's a sustainable industry built on a renewable resource. Our industry is not subsidized, as Americans would have some believe. I am confident that the courts will once agree. Mr. Speaker, both Minister Billis and I recently concluded trade missions to Asia. We need to continue to look for opportunities in these rapidly expanding markets. At the same time, we will support the federal government's actions to fight this unfair trade action and continue to support good jobs in the forest sector.
All right. First supplemental.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Given that nearly 20,000 Albertans are employed in the forest industry, including hundreds of my constituents in Grande Cache, Hinton and Edson, what will the minister do to fight this decision and support thousands of Albertans that work in the industry?
Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This government will continue to work closely with the Alberta Forest Products Association and our federal counterparts to fight this unfair and punitive trade action. While this action is disappointing, it is not unexpected. We knew the Americans were gearing up once again for a fight. We shifted resources within the department to handle legal issues that might arise. I've also asked my officials for strategies to deal with the impacts of this action, keeping in mind the Americans are looking for every excuse to justify their move. But at the end of the day, it's an international trade dispute, so it falls on the federal government to fight it in the courts.
Second supplemental.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Given that the imposition of duties will reduce demand for Alberta products in the U.S., again to the Minister of Agriculture and Forestry, what is the government doing to support our forest industry during what will likely be a long dispute so that these communities can remain prosperous?
Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, it's clear that we need to diversify Alberta's forest product trade. This is the 5th time the Americans have alleged unfair practices here in Canada. Every time, their allegations have been untrue. I am confident that this will happen again. Fact is, Mr. Speaker, our forest management practices are amongst the best in the world. This is something our trading partners in Asia recognize, and this presents a great opportunity to increase trade. We must also look for opportunities here at home. This government will develop wood-first policies through the development of an Alberta Wood Charter. A wood charter will reduce greenhouse gas emissions from construction by using sustainable forest products. It will also stimulate investment.
Thank you.